here. We had a short break. We are back here again with the Apostle Royce Canterbury. In this section, what I want to do is to entertain some responses that I've gotten concerning you again.
Okay.
Because as I said, M.M Out There is seen all over the world, and we receive responses from all over the world. Now this is Michelle Vanderbilt. She's from London.
Okay.
She says, Apostle, you seem to have good points, and I have listened to several of your interviews. You have no support. Why didn't you throw your hat with one of the major parties? I am sure you would win, and then you would have the forum to spread your views. Although you do a fair job right now, as it is on M.M Out There.
Okay.
Thanks for that one.
Yeah, let me thank Michelle for that. You know, one of the things that my psychology and things is that you cannot fix a problem by becoming the problem. Okay. And I realized that in Barbados, both the Barbados Labour Party and the Democratic Labour Party, they're both responsible for Barbados being where it is.
So both of them share the blame.
Exactly. And I think the time has come for something new in Barbados, a new level of governance in Barbados that will take Barbados forward. So my desire is not to join any of the two ruling parties. I think what will take Barbados forward is something that's fresh and something that's new.
But to some people that may seem a very hard thing to do because they're so stuck on the old two traditional
you know, somebody
parties.
has to break the glass, so to speak. Somebody has to be a forerunner.
Someone has to be a martyr.
And I think, you know, we have to do that, which my job really, as I said, in running in St. Peter, understanding the demographic of the political system in St. Peter. So I want to give people the encouragement to make a difference, to be different, not to go with the status quo all the time. Make a difference. And whether people accept it or not, my running in St. Peter, win or lose, means that somebody realizes that there's someone that is willing to make a difference. And that's why we got, as those individuals who voted for myself in the elections, they understand it's time for something different.
So tell me something. But I know, but I want to know, let you, the viewers. Is there a progression in votes for you from the first time you ran to the last time?
The last time we had 100% increase in votes.
So you see, so you're actually making some headway.
Yeah, so people are understanding that there's a need for something different to what we're accustomed.
So you're actually confident that next time you're actually going to get much more.
You'll get much more votes.
You might
more votes.
You might even win.
Much more votes, okay?
Because the incumbent right now, I don't even know how he won in the first place, but you know, he may have a good chance.
He's a part of the party that has always been winning in St. Peter. And it's because St. Peter is no longer a fair powers since we have the divide. Most of St. Peter going over into St. James North, and most of the Democratic Labour Party supporters went over into St. James North. So the party, St. Peter, is no longer a fair parish as it relates to the elections, because there are twice as many Barbados Labour Party supporters as there are Democratic Labour Party supporters.
Because of that
divide, yes.
Splitting up and divided and so on, right?
Which was awful.
Now this is Thomas Clark. Now he's a pensioner from St. Joseph, right?
Okay.
He wants your view on this. There seems to be an addiction to gambling. I have friends who spend most or all of their checks, he's talking about pension checks, in the arcade or on lottery tickets.
Right.
One even replied to my criticism that there is nowhere in the Bible that gambling is mentioned. Could you please clear this up for me?
Okay. Well, one of the things that people must understand is that, number one, where the Bible speaks, we speak. Where the Bible is silent, we remain silent. But the Bible does speak about the casting lots, okay, which is a form of decision making, okay. Now there's a difference between what people consider gambling versus what the Bible considers to be gambling. When you're making a risk, when you're taking a chance, it's a form of gambling. You do not know the outcome.
Yeah, but I think it's from gambling for money.
Right. But then there's a form of gambling where you're betting or you're placing money on a structure. That system, in many cases, leads to addiction. Okay, there's a difference between
here.
Yeah, it leads to addiction. Addiction is a mental disease. Okay, that really cannot be easily fixed once a person has become addicted. And so, gambling that produces addiction is a dangerous form of gambling.
Okay, Thomas, I hope that answered your question. Now, quickly with this one, this is Jean. Jean, yeah,
Okay.
Jean, and she is from St. Lucia, it seems, yeah. St. Lucia. She said, with useless murders in Barbados, what is your view on the death penalty? And do you think it is a deterrent in today's society?
Of course, anything of that nature is a deterrent. You have to understand that there's a difference between what the law demands and what the law prescribes for individuals. But then outside of the law, there are crime syndicates, drug syndicates, there are different elements. And within each element there is a psychology within the drug culture, there's a psychology within the crime culture, the underworld, there's a psychology. And many times the laws that we have are not capable, they're not strong enough to handle the psychology of those areas. And so to deter, to have a law in place that says to an individual, this is what we will do if you operate below par. Okay? And I think it's unfortunate that so many people in Barbados, when you think about a drive-by shooting, okay, when a person leaves one area, when a person rents a vehicle, two individuals rents a vehicle, they load their guns, they put masks on, drive into an area and shoot at individuals. It's not just senseless, it's premeditated. And premeditated murder is much worse than if it is self-defense.
So you think that deserves a death penalty?
I think on levels where people blatantly operate in that level, that our law should be in place to deal with those things.
But it's not only in place, but I mean carried out.
It should be carried out, and I think that, again, when we're looking at, people who could have gone on to live wholesome lives, who could have gone on to be, good fathers, good brothers.
It sort of reminds me about that fire that they had a few years ago when those 6 young ladies got.
Yeah.
You actually, and some were pregnant,
Yeah.
so you were actually killing other generations. And some of them could have gotten pregnant later on. You're killing other generations. Apostle, short and sweet again.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Part
sir.
2 always is. Always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
And believe me, I get a lot of comments, and a lot of people are very impressed with you and by what you say. And that's M.M Out There saying, that's it for now. Gone